Bubblesy Tiberius here, wrapping up a 4-1 finish with Mono White Martyr in a competitive league. I shouldn't say competitive league anymore since all leagues are the same, but there you go. Takeaways. First, the one of Wheel of Sun and Moon didn't really factor into any of the games. So it's nice to know that we can kind of afford that slot and not have to worry about it. Winds of Abandon seems like a very good card. I hate it when I'm paying 2 mana to path unless I absolutely have to, and when you absolutely have to, having paths 5 and 6 seems very, 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 very strong. Generous Gift was fine. It won us a game against Blutron. It helped us take down Infect. It could have killed walkers if it needed to. I never really needed it to kill walkers. I think the deck can actually kind of handle walkers now. Between Ballista, between Hex Parasite, between Generous Gift, I don't feel as afraid of walkers. I also think Ranger-Captain being a 3/3 and just being able to body slam into decks that hope to just resolve a walker and get you, I think that's very strong. The Exile-based Wrath. I've yet to get a good read on them. I saw people overcommit to Settle. I wanted to cast a Settle at some point in these 5 games, and I never saw it to be able to, per se. So that does require some more testing. But the numbers feel really good. The only thing I'm thinking about in the main, I'm excited that I didn't need the Ghostly Prisons as much as I thought I would. When I needed them, they were there in game 2 and 3. I do still think you keep them somewhere in your 75. You saw what they did to Infect. You saw how they stopped that kind of odd Goblins deck, which the format's kind of wide open now. With the top tier being so hard to beat, it really doesn't matter what you play at this point, is kind of my big takeaway. We saw 5 decks that we hadn't seen in ages. Delver always on the fringes, Infect always on the fringes, Blutron always on the fringes, and then Goblins and a sort of bug mid-rangey thing. The format's wide open while Hogak and Phoenix kind of run rampant on it, so expect to see different stuff, and that is something where you want to have your main board be pretty strong, I think. I lost my train of thought there. Sideboard. 3 Damping Spheres to still lose to Tron feels like a lot. A lot of people have been telling me that, and I'm starting to agree. 3 Gideons. I don't know. There's definitely some tinkering with those numbers. I think maybe cutting one of the Damping Spheres for a Stony could be very, very good because of until Altar of Dementia gets banned, I think 2 Stony Silences at least is probably a good number. They still have a lot of relevance against the rest of the format. We saw you can bring them into just kind of 1-for-1 an Aether Vial or 2. I think maybe a 4th Rest in Peace. I don't know. With the main wheel, it's hard to say. But the deck is just as well positioned as anything else right now in the middle of Hogak summer. Excited to do another league with it before we switch over to Black-White to tinker with kind of some of the lists that I'm seeing start to post finishes. But thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. This has been Mono White Martyr Proc, and we're back on our bullshit for a little while with Martyr Proc until kind of bans happen and we see what the format will be post Hogak summer. See you in the next one.